One's on the bottom, strong as he. Two's in the middle, carrying three. Three's pretending not to be. Three kobolds in a trench coat. Are you gonna cast audio enhancement soon?
Yes. I will cast Create Water, but I will mute myself beforehand.
Oh. Oh.
I see he's pissing.
Three kobolds in a trench coat.
Hello.
Hi.
Tomorrow's gonna be my laundry day.
Whoa.
Alright.
Three kobolds in a trench coat.
Yeah, I'll ready. We're trying to get one.
Three kobolds in a trench coat.
Yeah. Alright. This here. With the power invested in. Greetings.
Wow!
Whoa!
Whoa! It's the fella.
Are we ready?
Yep. I have.
As ready as
I
I'll
have
ever be.
switched.
Alrighty.
So we're all
In
done.
that case, we go now. Before the current fight, before Maeve entered, before John left, before the Dreadworm battle happened, while the main party is waiting and preparing themselves, building houses, gathering resources, and mentally getting themselves ready for the fight with the Dreadworm, you all, or you two, I should say, are somewhere different. Living within a barracks s- nearby behind the guild hall with a perimeter wall that stands about 30 feet tall and about 100-foot gap between it, between the wall and the barrack building itself, resembling a mini stronghold. Eonkoth, you are currently in your room, fixing up, repairing, doing the maintenance for your weapons and armor based on your latest mission. As you are both informed of the situation with Zokar, and after his defeat, his lackeys were causing a muck in the city, trying to salvage any resources they could and trying to keep the terror that their group is trying to make. And it was yours and Basil's job to do that very thing. So, you're currently in your room, um, finishing up your maintenance, maintaining all of your uh, different armor bits and doodads, your two shields that you keep to your sides, and Basil. Though you are not as high rank and definitely not been there as much as long as Eonkoth, Eonkoth being one rank above you in terms, him being considered a um, third rank, and you being a second, the highest being 7. You have mainly been able to gain your standing through your compatibility and your mainly your gift of seeing into the future, foresight, whatever the many people that come to you and talk to you about it. Through that has been able to help many people gain better battle strategies, figure out dangers coming before they happen, and currently you are in your room, I assume, working on meals in the small kitchen dedicated to you. Typically, at your rank, you would be in a communal room with others, but thanks to your special ability, you have been given a living space next to Eon Koth. And since you two have spent most of the time together in your missions, they've it has been seen fit as to have your rooms next to each other. And at this point, a small crystal that is next to both of your doors, leading out, a voice begins to come through. A familiar voice to you, a orc woman who is a 6th rank, one of the assistant generals, says, "All right, you two, go to the wall room. Somebody has a mission for you."
Understood. I take my 10 minutes to don my armor.
Oh my gosh. You're like 10 minutes late. Yep. Basil, she finishes up like cooking whatever she was working on. Like quickly does like a little tidying up of her room if she needs to, and uh, heads over to the war room.
All right. And you both exit out at your different times, and as you're both walking down to the war room, you're thinking about how the past week has been very crazy. You're both of you work kind of joint together under Gorthadek and Corazord, and you learned because you two are more trusted, you learned that Gorthadak was not always in the best health. At some point, Gorthadak nearly died. And part of that still freaks you out because you look at Gorthadak and you don't think his defenses are able to be penetrated, and somebody managed to turn his defenses against him. Which means there's many things, even in your many years here, you're still not sure what to expect. But after a couple minutes weaving down the hallways, making it to the war room, you both enter in and see Corazor sitting there at the one end of the table, and the female orc standing there in the midst of a conversation with him. She sees you two enter, stands up, says goodbye to Corazorn, and as she passes by you, she's not in her heavy armors, but she does have a longsword still on her back and has more of the official clothing, general attire. Um, None of the medals that she has been given because you are one.
Okay, lovely.
Okay, okay.
Anyway,
Oh my god.
general believes that glamour is unbefitting of a soldier. So Iankoth, you butt heads with her sometimes, but even though there might be a few fundamentals you disagree on, she still recognizes your ability to fight and what you're capable of doing when it comes to a team effort. And as she walks by you, she goes, "Special request. Don't screw it up." And
Never do.
walks through the door behind you and closes it. And Corazorn gestures for you two to take a seat.
Take a seat. Fuck it.
You
Yep, nice.
well,
Take a seat as well. Like nice and
you
seated.
sit down, and Corazon goes, "All right. First things first. Are you willing and able to take on a mission at your current standing and abilities?"
Of course.
Oh, of course.
Good. A little while earlier in the month, a newer band of adventurers had gone wandering into the forest, and they were on a simple quest of gathering wolf pelts and eliminating wolves for the lumber service to go through and get fresh lumber for any buildings being constructed. However, in that time, they came across another scouting party in the midst of a battle with a massive dire wolf. A dire wolf of size that is not normal. This has raised questions between me and Gorthadak.
Was everyone all right?
Of the adventuring party, yes. Unfortunately, the scouting party that had been ambushed fell to the giant wolf, except for one. However, he is currently held up in his home still, many weeks after. Something about it gave him quite a scare. So, even though the Dreadworm battle is soon approaching, and I do not like to send anybody out into the woods for any sort of adventure unless I believe they are capable, there have been many reports of animals and creatures from a farther range, from the second or third range, making their way all the way to the first, which is highly dangerous for those not skilled enough or powerful enough to take care of monsters of those strengths. Something out there is messing with whatever balance that ecosystem has. Therefore, the current idea is to have you two go out into the forest and see if you can locate what could possibly be causing the disturbance in whatever natural balance is out there. Gorthadak is currently busy with his preparations, and I am busy giving explanations as to why I don't want to send people who have been here less than a year out into the forest. So,
I do have a couple 100-year jump start on the rest of them, so I think we should be fully equipped to deal with this.
do you have any questions currently about what the battle might hold? Or what to possibly look for?
Yes, actually, what exactly should we keep our eyes out for? And he cracks a grin.
Well, the main thing is beasts that are not natural or altered beasts. There have been several reports of stronger adventurers coming across a monster they can typically fight, but somehow it is bigger, stronger, more resilient, faster.
An aberration, you might say.
Possibly.
I feel we will have no trouble dealing with that.
I'm sure we'll be able to handle it.
Now, most reports come within the first and second range. Those that I have sent to the third and fourth range of forest have not been coming up with many, if any at all, reports of altered beasts and creatures. So I would keep your search within the first and second reach.
Understood.
I'd like to send more people, but unfortunately, I can't really put in the mind space to risk sending those underqualified for this sort of situation.
Makes perfect sense.
I'm touched you think highly of us.
Well, it's both that I know you are most likely capable of doing a job like this, and there's not many others currently that aren't already with their hands full, so think of it as a lucky bite. He sort of stands up and finishes saying, "Whatever you find, if you think you can kill it, if it is a beast, do so. If it's something you can't handle, get back as soon as possible."
Absolutely, Mr. Corzon.
Understood. Is there any
And he
other information that you would like to tell us about this, or is that everything you think?
That's everything I can think of. All the information has been fuzzy and sporadic. All I know is beasts that are normally one way are somehow altered and changed to be different. But in a as if there's some sort of experiment happening. That's the best way I can describe it.
Okay. I believe we are well
Strange.
equipped with all the information we can be.
Yes, thank you so much, dear.
All right. Well, if you'll excuse me, I have more complaints to deal with at the guild. And he begins to make his way out of the door.
Before he leaves, Basil stands up and like kind of stops him for a moment and is just like, Corazorn, dear, you're making sure to eat well, right? You're making sure to get some sleep?
At a guy my size, if I'm not eating at least every 30 minutes, then there is a problem. And don't worry, my wife has made sure to instill proper habits within my mind.
All right, good, good. I want to make sure you're not overworking yourself too much.
I only work as much as I need to. And he, like, slightly brushes past, and it's a normal door. Like, it is a regular door, and this is an 8-foot tall wall of a man that he gets up to it, turns sideways, and like has to half crab underneath the
Oh my
door.
God.
When walking through the hallways, he has to like kind of crouch a little bit, like get into that poor posture stance, and
The shrimp.
yeah, and leaves the building. You two free to make whatever preparations you decide to make.
Quick question: do we want to describe our characters for the stream? Because I understand
That would
we-
actually be very good.
Yes,
I was thinking about
go-
that. Thank
Yes, go right ahead.
you. You want to go
Would
first?
you like to go first?
Well. That is very much how I think they would go about describing themselves in general.
Oh,
They're just, you first.
No, I have to use Mrs. Sharp.
No.
If I must.
Okay, I did have it set a height. I was still going back and forth. Couldn't remember if I actually did set a height for him. So
Oh, I was so curious actually about the height, so I'm excited to hear this.
Oh yeah. Thinking about 5'10".
Yes, I'm taller. Nice.
At about 5'10", Eoncath is a Shadar Kai, or an elf of the Shadowfell. For those who don't know, he is typically ashen gray skin, black, like fading into gray, long hair that ends just past his shoulders, and he's wearing, I wouldn't say opulent, but like fucking ostentatious ass armor that he himself has crafted and takes great pride in. Uh, on himself is splint mail with various carp up the metal parts and fine detail work, putting rocks in the leather to show carp going up a waterfall to the top of a mountain, and then down his arms. His arms is winding dragons that go onto the two shields that he uses for his both weapons and protection, strapped to his forearms. Oh, and the fucking cape of holding that he made himself over the course of like 50 years does have like once again carp on it.
Anything about like hair color, eye color, anything
Well,
like that?
the eye color, I almost forgot. The eye color is fairly irrelevant, as he has a fairly thick strip of cloth covering his eyes due to the simple fact that he is blind. And navigating his world the best he can.
Nice.
I did hair color, skin color, eyes, technically, armor. Yeah, that's my character top to bottom.
And Basil, if you would like to describe yourself.
Yes, of course. I have one actually prepared for whenever we introduce to the main campaign, so I'll go off of that. But
You also said the thing now because you have Trent here.
no, not yet. I can send that whenever we have the specific thing.
Well, no, I meant like the regular one, not the one you did most recently.
Trent's already seen that one though.
Yeah? No, you said you didn't want to show him that one because
No,
you wanted...
Fucking clueless.
the new one I haven't shown him because I want to use that whenever we do the specific thing.
Yeah, but the one where it shows the character, you said you didn't want to show
I've already...
that one.
Or wait, I didn't show him the fully finished one. You're right, actually.
No, you didn't show him that.
I didn't show him the finished body sheet.
You sent it in this chat. And you were like, wait, no, I'm gonna take it away because I want to see his reaction whenever I put it in.
Oh, that's true.
I
It's very important to me, okay? But there you go. That's
hell
stream
yes.
can already see it, but that's the finished one.
Oh hell yes.
But Basil Shern, she is 6 feet tall and 3 inches, and she is a sheepkin. My description starts with, your gaze meets a tall, slender female sheepkin with long, poofy white hair that billows over her shoulders and past her waist that contrasts against her dark, ebony-colored skin. Across her chest, you see a dark tattoo of what looks like a closed eye with little droplets pointing outwards from it. Adorning her head is a pair of gray curled horns sitting above her fluffy black ears. Her soft yellow eyes are hidden behind thick white eyelashes, but from what you can see, they seem distracted, but with reason, as if all of her movements are intentional and thought out. She wears worn plates of silver armor that circle the sides of her dress and along her corset, while her left arm is adorned with chainmail and more silver armor that has seen many days of strife. Around her waist hangs a short sword sheathed with a unique looking handle, while in her hands she tenderly holds a small leather purse. As she walks, her light purple dress barely caresses the floor, but between steps you get a small glimpse at her black cloven hooves. But that is Basil Shern.
Hell yes.
I love her so much. But yeah, that's it.
All right. And as you leave the barracks building, talking to the fellow soldiers that you know and recognize and have come to, mainly Basil, because everybody likes to talk to her for
Yeah.
a reading, and anytime somebody knocks on Eon Cast's door and tries to talk to him, he's deep in his work and don't want to bother.
Yeah, that tracks.
They go, Eon, never mind. And I've just learned to not open the door if it's not already opened. As you make your way out onto the streets to the main road, is there anything you would like to do in preparation, or do you just want to make your way toward the forest?
I would think if there's any like little errands that we would want to do before heading out, we would probably do those. Like, I know, in her little breaks, Basil does do like some knitting. So I would think like um, if there's any like children she knows or like friends that she passes by on the street, she'd probably hand out like some gloves or like some socks that she knitted with her like wool that she has, and that type of thing, and like greet any friends that she sees along the way.
And there's definitely quite a few people. As Basil, like you go out and shop for all your different various ingredients for your many dishes you make for the barracks. You have met just many people in the shops, their children, the kids especially love your long hair and the little candies that you give. And many of them enjoy little the many knitted things that you give, whether it be whatever, they always enjoy it. And as you're walking down, eventually um, sticking close together as to make sure that you're enough of a presence so that nobody accidentally runs into Eon Koth thinking that he'll know to get out of the way.
My ass
Um,
blind as hell.
um, you see a familiar group of two, a mother and her child. Um, the child like holding the mother's hand, staring around, the long elven ears kind of like taking a half second to keep up with the rapidly turning head till it turns and sees you, eyes widen, and lets go of the mom's hand. The mom like freaks for a second and then sees you and calms back down and continues with the shopping she's doing. As the little kid runs up to you, this small female elf in a long, a like one piece style like dress, like just child's dress style of clothing, comes up and like hugs around your waist, goes,
No. Oh, would I know this? Would I remember this child's name?
yes, this child's name is Lily.
Oh man. Okay. Um. Oh, hello, Lily. How's it going?
It's good, good. Me and my mom are shopping.
Oh, that's wonderful. Have you found anything you liked yet?
Not yet. It's mainly just like food stuff for dinner.
Oh, yeah, nothing for you yet?
Not yet. My mom said if I'm real good, I could get some candy.
Oh, really?
I've been making sure I've been real good. It's been really hard.
Well, I'm glad you're trying your hardest. And
The
before you
as
leave,
Mom
I'm sure
takes
you've
the
been
fucking
doing
cake.
I know you've probably been working very hard, but while you're doing that, don't tell your mother, but she just hands her a little piece of like a light brown candy wrapped in a wrapper.
she happily take a thank you. It's like
I'm just, don't
tucks
tell
it
your
into a
mother.
pocket. Yeah. And at this point, the mother walks over and is like, "So sorry, Basil. She's been very antsy."
Oh, don't you worry. I'm happy to lend a hand once in a while. And I absolutely love children, and I love your child so much as well.
Thank you. It's greatly appreciated. Come now, Lily. We're almost done. And I'll get you something sweet. Goes, thanks, Mama. And turns back to you, Basil, and like does a little like shush, like does the finger on the mouth, and then turns back, continues walking with the mother.
Basil does like a little wave, waves them as they leave.
And slowly you make your way out to the forest's edge. Readying yourselves, make your way into the forest. And through your years, you've learned that as you and your skills and magical capabilities have grown stronger, beings, monsters within the first range typically leave you alone, because they know trying to fight you is not going to end well for them.
Nice.
You slowly but surely follow um finding rotting corpses of tigers nearing the mountain's edge. You have come face to the mountain, and uh, you've made many treks through the mountain ranges and paths. You've got a pretty decent path along, and after only about 3 hours of going through, you eventually make your way across the mountains range to the beginning stretch of the second range of the forest. Um, at this point, if one of you would like to roll a d20.
You want to take it?
After about 30 minutes of walking, as you're making your way down, Ionkoth, since your main sense of paying attention and looking is through hearing, you can detect this, especially since you are focusing. You hear very faint in the distance, past your range of focus, but audible because you are you, a faint screech somewhere past the woods.
Eon Cat's like right ear twitches, and he just like, I believe our target may be that way.
Well done.
Thank you.
You
And start making our way that way.
Yeah.
you change course heading towards this screech, and after about another 30 minutes of walking, Basil, you see this, a and Ionkath, you can see the destruction in your mind's eye And Basil, you can see it as well. Trees knocked over, branches ripped off, and a massive trail that looks like it almost looked like three monsters took the same path next to each other. There's like a heavy drag in the ground and multiple giant hoof prints and one paw print along the um, dirt ground that is in the middle of this destruction path. And where you're sitting, it took a hard left turn. It was like it was heading towards the first mountain range and then turned left to head into forest.
Okay, and just to check, there isn't any signs of any like people being here, right? Just to make sure.
You don't see any signs of people. You haven't seen any, but you can go ahead and make a perception check to be safe for yourself.
Oh yes, because she'd be looking out for that just in case. It's a 10.
And it doesn't look like there's any people around. Whatever destruction has been caused, thankfully, has not had any lives been taken from it.
Okay.
Which way would you like to go? Would you like to follow the footprints or see where they came from?
I would say personally, where they came from is not where they are, so we would go where they're going.
Fair
The Lord's
enough.
work- The Lord's work must be done.
You slowly follow Ionkath using Basil as your guide, as she is in much easier time seeing the footprints and the track. You mainly just following the destruction. After another maybe 2 to 3 minutes, you come across a completely still mound in the distance.
Can we tell what this mound is, or is it just like a big dirt hill or something?
Make a perception check.
Now that's concerning.
There is a thought in the back of my mind with the specific wording you said. That part of
21.
me hopes I'm right, part of me hopes I'm wrong.
It's a 21 on that.
21.
Yep.
You kind of like wholly uncuff back and like take a look, and you see what looks like an amalgamation of monsters. You see like a woven leg attached to what almost looks like a centaur, but the human half has been cut off.
Well, I am currently looking at a big mound of, creatures seemingly melded together, so I would say that's probably fitting the description of what we're looking for.
The moment you say that, he starts like rounding his shoulders. He cracks his neck. He's like, he says a very brief prayer to himself in Celestial, uh, along the lines of, may we see the end of this battle, and may our foes fall swiftly. And he goes, alright, let's get this done.
It's perfect, because Basil would understand that.
You are you coming up to it stealthily or
I'll leave the call of whether or not the stealth, because I am not a stealthy person.
um, hmm. We should probably take this a little carefully, because we don't know exactly what we're dealing with here.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, stealth.
All right, both of you make your stealth checks.
Stealthy, stealthy, stealthy.
Disadvantage.
I'm expecting to hear a 3 from you, Trent. Just, oh.
+1. 4.
I was right.
Oh no, I
11.
don't have a +1 to my dex. I just rolled a 4 and a 7.
11.
Let's see. 11. You slowly go up, like slipping on trees, going through, like, Ionkoth, you slightly misjudge where a tree was and taint it with the shield. And as you get within 10 feet, 5 feet, still not moving.
Can I hear this thing breathing?
No.
Oh. Are we sure this creature is still alive?
Basil, being up next to it, getting a better look at it, something about it, you can't put your finger on it. Something about it feels familiar. But in a way that you don't like.
I don't like where this could possibly be going. What did you say that it looked like it was? Combinations of again?
I know the one for me.
I'm a
You're
little
like,
worried.
you're describing all this stuff, and you're like, and then a skittering horror. I was like, there it is.
There is the main body is like a centaur body, but where it goes up to be the human half of the centaur, it has been replaced with a large, like, spike arm of a skittering horror, and one of the legs has been, or more like sewn onto the side, has been a giant wolf leg, and the wolf leg has gone completely stiff, and on the underside of the centaur body, across its stomach, is a large agape mouth with very sharp, spine-like teeth.
It is dead correct.
What was that again?
It is dead correct.
Oh, I'm not sure. It's not moving. Can I, like, poke it?
You poke it, and it doesn't move. From what you can presume after spending a couple minutes, it seems to be dead.
I have something I want to do.
Oh?
Yes, I'm going to cast Ceremony. The Ceremony of Funeral Rites. Young
Okay, what
cat
does that do?
reaches up into his cape, pulls out about 25 gold worth of silver powder, powdered silver, and he like claps it into his hands, draws a circle in the air as the powder starts to levitate out, and then he starts drawing like various runes and things before collapsing it and then pressing his hands up against it, and uh, it cannot become undead by any means short of a wish spell for the next 7 days.
Alrighty. Yeah,
Like
this thing as a zombie would be fucked.
I would like this thing to
yeah.
stay dead. I was like, yes, I can use ceremony. I love ceremony.
You literally look at a motherfucker and go, stay dead.
Yes.
I want to see if I can investigate it to see if, like, to see like how it died, possibly.
Okay, go ahead, make an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation. Well, that's a 6. I'm not using that dice.
You take a look around, not wanting to get too close because it's still a little freaky.
I am.
Whatever connecting points are a mix of fused skin and stitching. And even though there is a small amount of blood in the connection points between the around the mouth, the um, wolf leg, and the skittering horror claw, essentially, it doesn't look like that was enough blood for it to die. It didn't die from bleeding out, but it did die from something.
Hmm. I'm not sure how the creature died. It seems unclear.
Interesting.
But it died of something, that's for sure.
I immediately start pushing my senses outward to see if whatever had killed it is coming to make sure that it is dead. Like I'm ready if something tries, like if it's coming back to finish the fucking job.
While you're focusing and while Basil is looking at it, and while because in this time, as Basil is poking, prodding, messing, you're also getting a better mind's eye visual. It doesn't look outside of the connections of the different parts that there has been a fight. The area around it is destroyed because of its own movement. The claw grabbing onto a tree to pull it forward, and the wolf foot pressing into the ground and causing it to shove the whole body forward into more trees.
Okay.
You're not sure if it died by beast. For all you can tell, it just dropped dead.
Hmm.
Do we want to investigate the source then?
That would probably be for the best, since this seems like a bit of a dead end.
Okay. Well, off we go.
You
Oh,
make
before we head out, just a quick query. I'm sure this is, I probably can't, like, this probably is something I can't do, but I'm assuming I can't, like, try to have, like, do a prophecy or prediction or vision or whatever with this creature, right?
your prophecy is for the future, and this thing's future is decomposition.
Ain't we all?
So,
Fair
I
enough.
mean, if you want, you can see it lying there for 7 days. Maybe something coming and taking a bite, or or a
That's
bear,
true.
or
That's
a bear
true.
showing up, looking at it and going, "Fuck that," and walking away.
Before leaving, I don't suppose I could try to like pry deeper into my brain to see like why this thing seems familiar.
Make a history check.
Okay. Lovely history. Oh, 13.
13. You're thinking real hard. You saw it before. Obviously not it, but something like it. Something about it's familiar. But you
Hmm.
haven't seen anything here. It has to be somewhere from before you died, but where? Nothing about it specifically stands out. There's just something about it that gives a familiar air. And right as you're about to click into something, you like absentmindedly thump into a branch and you lose the thought.
Well, damn. All right.
Is Yonkath aware that part of it is a skittering horror?
Yes, I would say you'd be able easily to see
Yeah.
that it is the like one of the large talon-like claws on the front of the skittering horror.
The moment he realizes that, he locks up and like okay.
Would I have noticed that?
Oh, absolutely. He's not trying to hide it. Like this is a very real thing of that's the thing that fucking killed me and three of my friends.
Oh, well, damn.
Like yeah, that like that is the reason I am in the afterlife right now, and I have not had to face one until now, and I thought I was ready for it, and I was not.
Oh, no. Eon
Just
Kath,
the
are you alright?
yes, just
Puts like a hand on his shoulder.
As you take the hour-and-a-half walk back to following the footprints, you watch as the path of destruction gets less and less destructive, as if how it walked, how it moved, was more refined and more stable, and it became more and more unstable. Whatever is holding the parts together wasn't capable of doing it still. As you go backwards along the path, it seemed like it was fine. If you had met it as it left the cave, whatever that thing could do, it would have been ready and fully capable.
Hmm.
okay.
Interesting.
But eventually you come to a cave where the footprints and everything start. A large claw mark across the side, you imagine from the wolf foot, dragging it out, pushing it through the open mouth of the cave. And you hear a very faint cackling within the cave.
Is this both of us?
Both of you.
Okay.
Isn't that something?
I'm not sure what's so funny. It's a little bit concerning.
The mad typically believe themselves righteous in whatever they do. And that is the greatest joke of all.
I walk further into the cave.
Entering the cave, Basil, I assume you follow suit.
Oh, absolutely. As soon as he enters, she's following.
You go through this winding path. Ionkath kind of keeping your arms out a little bit. The cackling echoing in a way that you can sort of tell where you go, but you're just making sure you don't accidentally forehead a wall.
Yeah.
Basil looking around, that thought still in the back of your head. And eventually the cackling starts to get louder and louder and louder until only a few short turns and the cave opens up. You can hear the maniacal laughter and the sounds of somebody like shoving things into a bag.
As we had gotten closer, was it easier to tell, like, if the cackling was human, or was it obvious that it was human?
It wasn't obvious at the cave because it was so echoey and distorted from the cave, but as you're getting closer, it is definitely a humanoid being.
Okay. Interesting. Is this cave lit, or is it just like us
The
wandering
path
through
through
darkness?
the path through the cave did have a torch every now and again, and this main room you can kind of peek around the corner and see that this main room is lit, mostly through faint magical lights.
Okay.
Interesting.
Make a perception check if you would like to try and make out what is within the room.
Oh, absolutely. Is this for both of us, or just
Um, Eonkoth would not have the range of vision right now.
Yeah,
Okay, fair.
I have 30-foot range.
By the way, some dude is in the chat right now.
Hello, some dude.
Was slightly confused about
Yes.
which campaign this was for a moment.
Yeah, you're good, some
He's
dude.
like,
This
what
is
the
a
fuck
mini
I
thing.
missed? What did I miss in the last session?
Everyone died.
Yeah, everyone died. We're starting over with just these two.
It's good.
Not actually, don't worry.
Also, we skipped a few levels. You missed all
well,
of it, so
yeah.
sorry.
It was a crazy couple of sessions, bro. You should have been
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, they fought God, but we deleted the VOD because you weren't there, so.
Yeah. We didn't want
Oh
any
my God.
spoilers.
We didn't
It's
want
like,
spoilers
damn
for the
it!
shit that would happen. The shit that already happened.
You said perception?
Yes.
Okay, that is 14.
14. In the dim light, you can see smattering of blood across the ground and a few rusty, blood-covered cages, some of them in pieces and broken. And gently peeking around the corner, you see a table in the back corner with a man with what would be long elven ears. You can tell they are elf ears because they are that shape, but the very tips of them are cut. Not like halfway, just the tips are partially flattened.
Oh.
And you see him maniacally laughing as he's shoving things into a bag that should not hold them, leading you to know it is some sort of bag of holding or magical bag. Just this is great.
Hmm. Okay, that is a first level spell. Now I have something that might end up being mildly terrifying. So you said there's magical lights, correct?
Yes,
If I use detect magic, are they all tied to a single spell, or are they individually brought?
they are individually brought.
Okay. All right. I guess that. Well, I could. Could. No, I won't waste my third level spell slots to dispel magic the light and then just be like, well, let the light of God guide you to the next life.
Do you enter the cave and do you try to do it stealthily? Enter the mouth of the wide opening.
So it's further out than 60 feet. Can I like estimate how far it is to the cackling dude?
From where you are, it's about 20 feet to the entrance, and from the entrance, it seems like another 60 feet.
Another 60 feet. Alright. Let's try to be stealthy so we can get the drop on this motherfucker.
Alright.
If we get within
mean-
30 feet, I'm going to give him the jump scare of a fucking lifetime, dude. Alright.
Would we be? We're not too close that he would be able to hear us if we whispered, would he?
He's maniacally laughing, so you'd have to speak louder than that.
Okay.
Something has him elated.
My standard speaking tone is basically a whisper.
Yeah. Before we start snicking, Basil just says, "Be careful. Something awful has happened here. There's blood everywhere."
I can tell. It reeks of taint. Must be purged.
Yes. Be careful.
Let's go.
13.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
That's plus 2, so 22.
Step through.
Plus 0.
Basil kind of using the fluff of her hair to encompass the sound of and slowly stepping so her hooves don't make a loud enough sound higher than the cackling.
I'm just a big
And
fluffy cloud.
as you step through the mouth, Yunkath, you notice you feel across your chest as if a small string suddenly presses against it and snaps.
Counterspell.
And
It's one of my cleric things as a watcher. I gain access to counterspell.
let me look at something real quick.
Watcher 9th level gets counterspell. I was like, this is one of the. This is. I fucking love this.
Wait, now counterspell is for spells that are happening.
Fair. Would my detect magic have caught it? Because detect magic goes for 10 minutes.
Right, detect magic would have caught it. You would have detected a small. You're right. You would have, before you press into it, you would have detected a small thin wire in
Okay.
front of the cave entrance
And then
that you can detect as the alarm spell.
Cool. I also do have dispel magic. So he will, for his dispel, he will just.
And that takes care of that.
I'm using all my
Hell yeah.
spells, dude.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You see, you slowly make your way through. He finishes putting the stuff in the bag and walks over to the other end of the cave. That Basil, you can see the cave kind of goes into a narrow point and there's a metal door, and he steps up against it and goes, "You! Oh, a masterpiece." The other got away, but that's fine. They were a failure anyway. Oh, the havoc that will be wreaked with you.
Alright, and about how far away are we now?
I would say at this point, you are about 40 feet away.
About 40 feet.
Yes.
Can I move 10 feet closer and then misty step the rest of the distance? And just like from not the hold up. Let me get the and just the back of his fucking head.
Sure.
Yeah, I get Misty Step as a racial fucking feature. I get my proficiency number of times per day. And I have resistance until the end of my next turn.
Nice.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll your damage, or roll to hit, I should say.
Is he surprised?
Yeah, he would be. He's currently encompassed.
I assume a 24 hits.
A 24 does hit. Roll your
Alright,
damage.
and then second attack, I assume a 14 does not hit.
No, it does not.
Okay. So I will divine smite this motherfucker. Oh, we got D8s. We got D8s, boys. Oh, yes.
Oh, did we, I am just realizing, Jacob, did we ever set up my bag as a weapon?
Do you want your bag to be the weapon, or do you want your bag to be the shield? Because I know we
That's
said
true,
only
yeah,
for
shield.
you.
Shield.
Because only for Basil, her bag acts as her shield because she smacks things out of the way when they go to hit her.
And it's a
So
small bag of
fucking funny.
holding.
That's so fucking
It's like
funny. I
it's
love
not a
that.
full bag of holding. It's like 3 backpacks, like enough to hold what you need, like not full bag holding. But you, because it's magical, it cannot be damaged.
Immaculate. Yeah, I'll level 2 divine smite that motherfucker. Rolling 48 damage.
It's funny because I have an
Alright.
actual shield in my inventory, but
We're
definitely
acting like your
using my-
bag is that shield.
Oh, absolutely. Like I have my sword at my hip, and then I have my purse in my hand.
Okay. So that is 9 bludgeoning and 15 radiant.
It's
Alrighty.
like Basil's bag is a parry shield. She can't defend herself with it. Blank blocking, she has to parry.
Alright, you said 15
Yes.
radiant, 9 bludgeoning.
Yes.
Alright, you quick step forward, Misty. He go. The laughing immediately stops as you punch right in the back of the head, and he kind of like flies forward, kind of slams into the cage, and he is first going to go, hey, no surprises, and is going to cast Luke's Resilient Sphere around himself.
Counterspell.
Counterspell.
Fair.
He is now standing there, a glowing sphere standing around him, goes, oh, that was a good one, I'll give you that. Kind of like looks over at Basil, goes, oh my god. This is unexpected. Well, I would love to stay and chat, but unfortunately I have places to go, and I have things to make. Did you know this world is amazing? So long, so much new magic. Well, until next time.
Run as you might, your sins will catch up.
Have fun with my pet! Shunts down a lever.
What?
Looks to Basil and goes, been fun seeing you again! And disappears.
Again?
I believe
And
What does
to be
that
worried
mean?
about in the
As-
moments.
He disappears. You immediately look and see the cage. And within the cage, suddenly bursts out this massive tree-looking gelatinous melting glob with tendrils, like yellow tendril branches within this cave. Now I don't have a thing for Eonkoth as a token.
Fair.
because I did not give you a character sheet for it. So you can choose to use John or Maeve.
I will use John. John
Okay.
feels more correct.
Right, I forgot it's just the square. It's not the actual character.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my
Stare
Uh,
at Shutterstock photo of a knight.
Now, Basil, you were about here, and Iankoth, you had gotten right up to hit this madman. Now we are going to roll initiative. So let me bring up the turn order.
I sure am glad I have
I'm gonna pull up my fight music.
my fucking initiative bonus. God damn!
That is not his initiative. That's me getting it on there so I can edit it.
I
When-
cannot
now I-
select the token, my dear friend.
You can't. Hold on.
I'll just drag and drop mine. Look at him. I can roll initiative for that, man.
Apparently that line that you said, Trent, the run only want your sins will catch
sins
you
will
eventually. He was like,
Yes.
I say that shit. He's like,
That
I
shit
say
was
that shit
hard.
in games.
Initiative. Damn, if only. Let me correct that real quick.
Initiative. Nice.
Yeah, I rolled a 7 plus 4 because of my Paladin Oath stuff. Give me my proficiency bonus.
Basil, what is your dexterity modifier?
Dexterity modifier. Is that the big number or the
That's-
small number.
Well, I guess it should actually. What is your Sorry, what is your dex number? Like, what is your dex? What is the bigger number?
It's a 2.
Right. Sorry. What is the smaller number, which will be a bigger sum? I'm stupid.
Oh,
What is the small?
14.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me, real quick. We're doing rollies.
Rollies!
Okay. Some dude's like, I'm so mad that I'm unfollowing then refollowing. I got a 1.
Oh,
That's
I got a
unfortunate.
2.
Oh, the
Which
saddest
means-
rollies to ever exist.
I got a 2, and I was like, all right, then there's no way she's not going first. Never mind. All
The
right.
1 on my dice.
All right. The modified Yachlol goes first.
That's a
With you
crazy name.
right in front of it,
Yeah, that's fair.
you hear a whole, like, in this weird tree-like body, it has a part kind of split open as it tries to scream. It's not sure what noise it can make or should make or how to make it. It's just an empty as it will make 2 attacks against you. The first one is a 23,
And that hits.
and the next one is a 15.
That misses.
All right. So you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as it smacks into you. And
Have to 2.
uh 20 points of poison damage.
Halved to 10. Okay, cool.
Halved to 10.
God, I love my racial feat. God bless.
Alrighty. Um, Afterwards, it is now Basil's turn.
Lovely. Um, I don't suppose I could try to like analyze this creature to see if it's like if it like um I don't know if it's like in pain or something or if it
You can either do just a passive look for a higher DC or spend your action to try and look, making an investigation or perception.
hmm. I would want to have like a quick look. I wouldn't try to analyze it too
Alright.
much just so that I can try to
Alright.
help how I
Perception or
can.
investigation check.
Okay. Do perception.
Actually, it would have been perception anyway, because investigation is down on hands and knees finding details. This would have been perception.
That's a 7.
You're not sure? You're not seeing this monster, but it definitely seems whatever you can imagine. You think it's a little more twitchy and a little less mindful. Like it doesn't have
Okay.
everything in its own head. But that was your quick whatever you could have possibly been able to get. What are you doing for your action? And movement.
Hmm. Okay. I wish I like familiarized myself with my spells before this.
That reminds me, I also need to look at your proficiencies whenever we're done with this, because you only have 4.
I mean, I only have 5. And that's
Huh.
because, as a Shadar Kai racial feat, I gain proficiency in perception. Yeah, 2 from skills, and then 2 from backstory makes sense. Unless you want to start handing them out.
No, it's just because, like, typically I feel like there's more proficiency. Well, like, other classes typically have more proficiencies.
Yeah.
Mainly fucking Rogue gets, like, half of them.
Well, yeah, and Rogue also gets expertise, and then at some point they get fucking reliant. Yeah, Rogue starts with 4.
Yeah. Reliable talent is a fuck.
Reliable talent is so fucking funny, dude. Oh
Like,
my
what if
god.
It's a good thing that you can't do that for attack rolls.
No, but just the
Okay.
insight check. 22.
What'd you roll? A 2, but it's a 10, so 22.
Suck shit.
All right, I need you to lock. All right, you want a lockpick? Roll your lockpick. 25. But I see a 1 on your dice. 20 fucking 5.
Ones be damned. That's a 10.
Alright, I think I know what I want to do.
Alrighty.
Okay. Doing a quick review real quick. Making sure this is what I want to do.
What am I capable of again?
Truly, actually.
I just imagine Basil standing there, just.
Oh my lord.
What do I do?
Okay, I think I'll cast Shield of Faith on Eon Kath.
Alrighty.
That's what I was gonna do on my turn.
Hey, perfect! Alright, took care of you!
Now I'm gonna use my bonus action for other things.
Alright, so you cast Shield of Faith
Mm-hmm.
on Eoncath for your bonus action. So Eoncath, you have a +2 to your AC.
I have a 21 total.
So what do you do for your action then?
I am... I'm gonna run up on it and a swing
Alrighty.
with my bag in the other hand.
Alright. So are you using the bag to swing or using the sword? I'm assuming you're
I'm using the sword while I have my bag ready to block
Okay,
if needed.
Using bag as the shield.
Yeah, of course.
It is going to be hilarious when you fucking divine smite bag slap at some point because you have the capability.
Just like you have the
I
capability
can use
to
the bag
divine
to
smite
slap as well.
backhand.
Oh, at
Yeah.
some point. Oh, yeah, that
Like-
makes sense.
Because divine smite is on any attack.
I see.
So imagine divine smite
I
nut
see.
kick.
Divine smite backhand.
I could also just use my horns on someone to frickin'
Yeah, you
do
can
that
divine
plus
smite
the
horn.
already stuff that gives me just for using my horns instead. But yeah, short sword swing.
Alright. Attack with your short sword. That was with advantage.
Oh, whoops. Was it? I don't have a
Oh,
thing on
hold
the
on.
top of my thing that says advantage or
Advantage toggle.
Oh, there we
Adjustment
go. Oh
toggle.
my gosh. I was so confused
Yeah,
as to why
it
I didn't
has-
have that before.
It starts out with always roll advantage for some fucking
don't
reason.
know fucking why.
14. You miss.
Well, damn. Okay.
You go to slice into it, but the yellow tendril kind of bends with the sword and grips it for a second as you rip it back out.
All right. It's
Eonkoth,
concerning.
it is now your go.
Alrighty then, chat room.
I completely forgot. I would have done some flavor for Shield of Faith, but I didn't do it. God damn it! Next time.
I was just saying, there's still time. I have to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do.
That's true. That's true. I suppose. I suppose with the Shield of Faith, like the little markings that are also on her hands, glow for a second, and she just kind of flicks out a little light towards Eoncath, and it just kind of sparkles over him, giving him a little glow about himself.
Getting a glow up.
Bitch, I'm already fabulous.
I know. I was gonna say you don't even need it.
If anything, it just makes you less fabulous somehow.
It's it gives you a little you know the pictures of Jesus where he has the little light around his face.
Where it's the halo.
Mhm. He just has that.
Congratulations, Eoncath is now a saint.
Yon Kath has acquired sainthood.
Saint of Drip. Um. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. I will use my action to channel divinity and abjure the extra planar. I get to use my channel divinity to castigate unworldly beings. As an action, I present my holy symbol, and each aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend within 30 feet of me that can hear me is a funny line of dialogue. Must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage.
Alrighty.
A turn creature must spend its turn trying to move as far away from me as possible. Can't willingly end its move in a space within 30 feet of me.
All right,
If
and it's a wisdom save of what DC?
DC 16.
That is a 19 on the dice.
Damn. Worth a shot. Do I have anything fun to do as a bonus action?
Bonus action or movement?
Or movement? Quick check my spells, see if there's anything fun I can do as a bonus action. Oh, I actually do have something fun I can do as a bonus action.
Nice.
I will cast Spirit Shroud.
Spirit Shroud, all right.
Yes.
You got flavor for that?
Concentration. Yes, but I will elaborate on the spell first and then talk about the flavor in a
Sounds good.
second.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
I call forth spirits of the dead, which float around me for the spell's duration, but I will be changing that. The spirits are intangible and invulnerable until the spell ends. Any attack that I make deals an extra 1d8 extra damage when I hit a creature within 10 feet of me. The damage is radiant, necrotic, or cold. My choice when I cast this spell, I will do an extra radiant. Any creature that takes this damage can't regain hit points until the start of my next turn. And then any creature of my choice that I can see, that starts within 10 feet of me has its speed reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn. As he channels this spell, the water flowing around the carp going up his armor lights up before it pours down the shoulders going forward, and on the little shield carps start jumping back and forth, and we'll get further elaboration when I actually land a hit.
Nice.
Alrighty. I'm assuming you'd like to stay there?
Yes.
All right. Now, the Yochlol. The or if I want to be Southern country about this, the Yochlol.
Aberrations always sound like you're clearing your throat when you say their name.
Funny enough, it's a medium fiend, not an aberration.
How about that?
You watch as the body contorts and twists, and then the middle of the wood splits out into this black fuzz, and it transforms like 80% into a massive spider. Do not have a token
Don't
for
like
that, so
that.
just visualize. Actually, wait, I know what to do.
Visualizing in my mind's eye.
Oh.
What the fuck? Brain, I didn't want that much detail, please. Low res it.
I can use
Turn it off!
Boy.
Turn it off! Oh lord.
a massive spider, and it is going to go over and skitter across the walls, which what's the turn order? which both of you are going to be able to make attacks of opportunity.
Nice. What do I roll for that?
Roll just attack with your short sword.
Oh, okay.
24.
Nice.
24 does hit, and so does the 26.
Awesome. I will put a level 1 Divine Smite into that. God, I love Divine Smites.
Yeah. Do you want to put a Divine Smite into that, Audrey?
I completely forgot about Divine Smite, so yes, I would like to do
I
that.
never forget about Divine Smites.
What level? First roll roll the damage with your short sword, and then
Okay.
do Divine Smite.
Ooh.
Alrighty.
Alright, and then Divine Smite. Deal radiant damage in addition to weapons damage. The extra damage is 1d8 for first level spell. Memory spell higher. Okay. I see. I'm gonna pull out my actual dice for this. Why is my... Did you go to my spells?
Maybe.
Mayhaps.
Divine Smite, interestingly, is not in your spells.
That's because it is a
Feature.
paladin feature. So Divine Smite starts because we are above level 10. It's 2d8. Yes, starting.
Yeah,
Or-
2d8 at a first level, plus 1d8 for each level above, to a maximum of 5.
Yes.
Okay.
The damage increases by 1d8 if the target is an undead or a fiend.
Oh,
It is a medium fiend, so you get an extra d8.
bonus d8. Let's go.
Oh, D8.
So Audrey, what level are you casting this at? Just doing basic first?
I could do 2.
Alright, so that would be 4d8, right? Yes.
4d8?
Correct.
Oh, I grabbed the wrong dice then.
Would you like my damage?
Go for it, yeah.
I got 9 bludgeoning and then 11.
Question: Is your shields are not magical?
No, that's why I took the spell magic weapon.
Okay.
However, the 22 radiant damage very much is magical.
Yes. That one definitely is.
You say 4d8s, right?
4d8. Don't tell me the total yet. I'm doing basic math and my brain is
No
struggling.
worries. This music is going crazy.
Alrighty. Let me.
Do you want me to stream the music to you guys?
Would possibly be nice.
Alright, yeah, I'll do that for you.
At least for me. I think Trent might have his own.
I have very calming ambient music playing. Because that is Eon Kath through and through.
Oh my
Just like
gosh.
level-headed,
Lo-fi
calm
pop
of mind.
that you can kill fiends to.
To abjure abominations too.
That you can kill demon shape changers.
Just Eon Kath going through Spotify being like, yes, there it is.
This is the hip hop beat I was looking for. How the fuck can you see the phone screen?
The vibes.
Looks at it with his blindfolded eyes. Yes.
I can tell exactly what color is on each pixel based on the vibration of the light wave.
You're autistic. Got it.
Okay, do you want the numbers?
Yes, give me your divine smite numbers.
16.
16, alrighty. You shield right into the ass of the spider, sword brought down along the side of its abdomen. It As it skitters across the wall, it's like partially transformed. It's got like the head of the spider, but instead of the mandibles, it's the partial tip of the yellow mangled tree, and some of the legs are those tangled yellow tentacles.
Gross.
Um,
Hate that.
and for its action, it is going to cast, or not cast, but shoot web. Well, I guess cast web because it is a spell. Counter spell.
I'm
web.
out of 3rd level spell slot. Like, fuck it, I'm going hard with these spells, dude. Young Kath will just leave it all on the fucking table. Just go.
20-foot cube from that point of the duration. Webs are difficult terrain and lightly obscure the area. Yeah.
Right, I forgot to
Alright,
explain
both-
the spirit shroud flavor.
Yeah, how does your spirit shroud?
So, as he rears back to punch, one of the carp jumping across his shield, as he rears back mid-air, it transforms into you guys know the Chinese dragons, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Long,
yeah.
little hands, Shenron for dweebs. That like halfway in the air turns into that as he and it just flies forward into the fiend that I'm not gonna try and pronounce the name of.
All right, 20-foot cube around you. That is webbing. Both of you need to make dexterity saving throws.
Time to fail.
Need to like go through all my stuff to make sure I don't have any advantage on that. I'm like, I
You
don't think
only
I
have
do, but I need
You only
to
have
I wanna
advantage
check.
on things making you prone because you are a sturdy sheep.
I am a sturdy lady. You said
Aura
dexterity?
protection. You and friendly creatures within 10 feet of you gain a bonus to the saving throw equal to my charisma modifier. So gain a +4. Unless yours is higher.
What did you say to do again?
It's a level 6 paladin thing. People within 10 feet of you gain a charisma modifier bonus to saving throws. So
Oh.
Does that stack for you too?
It's a
I'm gonna
good
say
question.
no.
Probably not.
I'm
Because
gonna say no.
You underhand tossed that, and instead of nailing it out of the fucking park, I bunted it because I could be like, yes, we get a fucking +8. Get 30 of us in a fucking circle, and we're unbeatable.
Oh my lord.
Well, the one in the center, the guys on the outside don't have as much, but the dude in the middle getting like a fucking +70.
Well, at 18th level, it increases to 30 feet.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
The
my
range of
god.
it, yeah.
I completely forgot.
I am in the center of a group of paladins. I have +200.
I didn't realize that in here it says that I can attack twice instead of once if I do an attack action.
Yes.
Okay, then make a.
Damn.
You can make another because you did do an attack action before, so on your turn. So you can go ahead and make another attack action.
Yeah,
Alright.
don't believe it applies to reactions.
That's a natural 20.
Well.
Hey, Divine Smite. Divine Smite because it doubles the damage dice.
Okay.
That's what's funny. That's the
Oh
funny
my
thing
lord.
about Divine Smite. Divine critical hits double all rolled dice. Divine Smite is I hit, I'm adding more rolled dice. Oh, I crit, I am guaranteeing doubling these rolled dice. Why? Fuck you, that's why. That's why paladins only go up to 5th level. spells.
It is like the
I'll do that at
epitome
first
of-
level for Divine Smite then.
It's the
Well, you could do it at your max. If you do it at your highest level, you add a fuck ton of dice.
Sure, I'll
So
do the
2,
3
and then
then.
second level, and then third level, and then the extra 1d8 because he's a fiend. That is 5d8 added onto
Jesus
your, and then it's
Christ.
double. Yes, yes.
Yes.
This is why you
So
fucking ball out for the crits.
Damn.
This is the epitome of Plankton's. Hey, where'd you get that piano?
Oh my god, I'm
all
gonna
right.
have to.
So quickly roll your short sword damage,
Yes.
and I can figure that out. It is 4 plus 3 for 7 for that.
Alright, and then how many d8s do I need to do?
5d8, and then count them and double them.
Count them and then
If you
double
want,
them.
you can just
Jesus
if you want, you can
Christ.
just roll 5d8 in the.
That's what I'm doing.
All right, so that's 44 damage. How do you divine smite them on that turn?
God bless.
I've never divine smited before you. Does it like what is that? What would that usually look like, or how does that even usually work?
How
Is it
does
just
this power
like-
manifest for your character?
So, but divine smite is basically whenever you hit, you take the magical energy and your devotion to your oath and your god, and put your magical energy directly into more damage into the beast you are fighting.
Okay. I would imagine that the tattoos on her would like glow and like the light would kind of like trickle down to like her weapon and then just kind of encase it in that glow as she like goes for the swing.
And it carves up it, and that's the slice that it used for its spider transformation as it skittered away. Now
It's crazy.
both of you make your dexterity saving throws
All right.
for the webbing.
Oh, 17. God bless Aura of Protection.
You add 4 to it, by the way.
Yes.
Add 4 to okay.
Yes.
It's 9. Oh,
Discord.
9? Yeah, it's
Nine.
9. Yeah, I got a 3 on the dice, and then that's plus 2 on my dexterity.
All right,
God.
Eonkoth, you kind of get shielded by the fluffy hair and larger stature of Basil. Basil make a strength check.
Strength check. Okay. Ooh, I had to leave to call my wife. What did I miss? So did 44 damage. That's cool.
Yeah, crit on a fucking divine smite, baby.
44 radiant
Yeah.
plus it was 7 slashing.
God bless divine smite. God bless. Literally, God bless.
That's a 12.
Well, you are still restrained within this webbing. That is your action.
Well,
Shoot, how good web is.
And just me getting restrained up again so I can right.
If I remember correctly, restraints like you just have a movement speed of 0.
Restrained creature speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonus to a speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dex saves.
Fireball.
And even better, the webbing is flammable, so you take more fire damage from it.
Web Fireball is a deadly duo.
All right. Anything you would like to do with your bonus actions? That is all you have right now.
For me or
Yes, for you. You use your action, you are
Okay.
still stuck, restrained within this web.
well, I assume um hmm. Let's see. I mean, is there anything that I can do while restrained?
You can cast spells.
Okay, that's good to know.
But you do only have your
But you
bonus
only
action.
have your bonus action, so only spells that cost bonus action, and you
Mhm.
are concentrating on the Shield of Faith.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. This is true. Do I have anything that isn't concentration based?
I don't think you do.
No.
No, you do not.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I can't do anything.
Alrighty. In that case, Yunkoth, it is your turn. You just had a basically instead of it shooting web, it's like weird jaw stretches and bulbs, and it globs a large area of web.
Gross.
I hate it.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I can make it out that way. Yeah. That's a funny phrasing. I will, because this is still difficult terrain, right?
Correct. The webbing is difficult terrain.
10, 15, 20. As I kind of stumble my way out, find the wall, and start going across the wall, I will drop concentration on Spirit Shroud and swap into Moonbeam now that I know that it's a fucking shapeshifter.
Alrighty.
Moonbeam is funny. So, it is a 5-foot radius sphere. Gonna be like,
Oh, hey, a raid's here. Welcome, raiders.
Oh,
ew.
how many people are coming in mid battle?
Party of 2.
All
Hello?
right,
Welcome,
all right.
fellas.
I mean, that's how many people are currently fighting a giant spider. Technically,
Technically.
Yes, we're fighting an
Okay.
abomination.
giant spider. Heavy quotations.
Hello, Ukus and Min. Welcome, welcome.
All right, so, uh, Yunkoth.
So, Yonkath kind of pulls his arms up, and as a cart leaps from one of the shields over to the other one, it kind of pauses in the air as it is backlit by a moon, and in that it once again transforms into a dragon, dropping a 40-foot tall, 10-foot wide column of moonlight directly on this fucking spider.
Nice.
It has to make a Constitution saving throw, and it is at disadvantage because it is a shapeshifter.
Alrighty.
I will roll my radiant damage. DC 16. Where's my D10s? Where are my D10s? I never fucking use these sons of bitches.
Well, it
Yeah,
failed.
good to know. So it takes 10 radiant damage, and it instantly reverts to its original form and cannot assume a different form until it leaves the spell's light.
Except it doesn't because it takes half because it uses a legendary resistance.
Cool. Cool.
Man.
I can, well, I can move this and force the save again. I got this for 1 minute straight, and it can move up to 60 feet.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Moonbeam's funny.
So
And by the
it's-
way, it has a
Nice.
casting range of 120 feet.
God damn. That's 5 radiant
My
damage.
goodness.
Second level spell, baby.
Its turn. It is going.
It starts its turn. It takes 15 points of radiant damage.
Alrighty. Another 15. It is going to now partially finding its scream in this midst of divine pain. Just a
I see.
Tell me more, tell me more.
Tell me, what was she like?
goes kind of like spring jumps off the wall to the currently restrained Basil and is going to make 2 attacks at you.
Lovely.
One of those was a 1 and a 4.
Love that for me.
And the next one is a 16 and an 18 on the dice. So that is a 24 to hit Basil.
Mmm.
First, you take 4 points of piercing damage.
Alright.
And you then take 18, 26 points of poison damage
27, okay.
as it bites into you and the poison from its vein, from its weird yellow mandibles, is injected into your body.
Yeah, Basil yells out in pain, of course. I'm gonna do the math real quick for my health. You said 27?
You took 26 points of poison damage.
26, okay.
I think.
Constitution. Concentration check.
Yes, you have to make make a Constitution saving throw. Do you have Warcaster?
No, I
Greatest
do
feat
not.
ever.
You do not have Warcaster.
The feat I took whenever the starter feat I took was Chef.
Goddamn Discord cut out.
Oh no.
Based.
Okay.
I was just saying that
Not gonna lie.
the feat that I took was Chef
Yeah.
at the start.
Based.
So yeah, make a Constitution saving throw, DC 13.
Constitution saving throw. I pushed it, and it's not doing anything. Constitution? Oh, there we go.
All right. Your first one was a 9.
Yep.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Uh-oh.
Shield of Faith. Drops.
Sadness.
She's within 10 feet of me, add 4 to that.
Except her own bonus is a 5.
Oh.
And
add...
it automatically adds the 5.
It does?
In the save, I believe, because it says her Constitution bonus is a +7.
That's fair.
Yes.
For saving throw, but her proficient, because that's charisma plus, 5 plus 2, so it automatically adds that to it.
Okay.
All right.
Which is good to note for later.
Yes.
Makes sense that it automatically states it for the paladin. So that is a 9. So Shield of Faith has dropped.
Sadness.
So Eonkoth no longer has the +2.
Sag.
Basil, you can either choose to make an attack with your action or attempt to break free from the webbing you are currently restrained by. If you make the attacks, then they will be at disadvantage.
I'm gonna try to break free again, I guess.
All right.
That's a strength check, right?
Yes, make a strength check.
Of 14.
14. You just barely foot on the ground focus on the divine energy within yourself, and a warmth engulfs you as the webbing currently on you in a golden flame burns away. Not burning the full web, just getting rid of what is on you.
Mm-hmm.
But that is your action. You can use your movement. The webbing is still there. This is where the webbing is, and it is considered difficult terrain, so it takes double movement to move through it. But you can move.
Okay. A little like. So what was the option again?
You can make a bonus action movement. You can use a bonus action to do a spell or something, or you can use and you can use your movement because you've used your action to break free. But the square is difficult terrain.
Okay. Okay. Would I maybe be able to make it to like maybe right over, like right here past the
That would
webs?
be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet of movement to get out.
Okay, yeah, I'd be able to do that then. Just yoink myself over here. Alrighty. Anything for a bonus action? But I'm gonna cast Divine Favor.
Alrighty, and how does that work?
Did that send in there?
Well, I heard the noise, but it has not sent. I'll just look at your. And that is concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Yes.
So you gain an extra 1d4 to all your damage.
Yeah, and like Basil just kind of like to herself just does like a small prayer, and it just kind of goes like.
Alrighty.
Little additive.
Eonkoth, your turn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fuck him. I use my action to move this. And just swearing underneath my breath as when Basil fucking cries out in pain from getting got. Just
Getting got.
getting got.
Its turn. It takes the damage at the top of its turn from being in the...
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I'm not using that D10. It rolled out of my head across like half my fucking desk and just into nothing. I was like, well, fuck you too,
It's
bud.
gone. It's gone. It is. That dice has
14
left
half
the chat.
7.
Alrighty. It turns to you and makes 2 attacks against you in its spider form. The lowest is a 22.
That hits.
So both hit because there was a 16 and 19 on the dice. First, you take 11 points of piercing damage.
Alright.
4, 6, 8. Can you hear the dice? Ooh, one of those went into the ether. All
It's
right.
out
No.
there. I was to say it's out there dancing with my D10.
Frolicking about.
10,
Okay.
15,
Oh no.
20,
Please stop.
25,
I'd rather not,
30,
if you must.
35 points of poison damage.
Alright.
If you must.
And after it takes that secondary bite, the poison piercing into you, filling your body, and you feel the force on you immediately lift as it goes from a spider to a noxious gas, encompassing you.
How the fuck we supposed to fight a cloud, bro?
What the
Can
hell?
I change this thing's transparency? No, I don't think I can.
Well, I know I'm there, at the very least.
Yes. You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. God, I hope I roll well. I do not want the fucking poison condition. Please. Oh no. That is a 15.
Just succeed.
Yes. Thank God
is
for aura of
lucky.
protection.
Because
This form has something special.
Oh no.
Motherfucker! Okay.
Ah!
All right.
Sorry, no, you were perfectly fine, and then like 2 seconds later, through Audrey's microphone, I hear, motherfucker!
but the Yaklol, while in mist form, enter a creature space and stop there. Each time that creature, it starts its turn.
Yes.
So you wouldn't have had to make the thing, but
I would have had to make it on my turn.
you would have to make it on your turn, and if you fail, you are poisoned, and you are poisoned until the start of the next turn. While you are poisoned in this way, the target is incapacitated.
What the actual fuck is that, bro?
So, Basil, your turn.
Oh my lord.
You currently watched the spider covered in this light turn, bite twice onto Eon Koth, and then immediately fold over into a yellowish poison mist,
Oh, alright.
and is currently around Eon Koth.
Okay. Alright, okay. What do I have that could help here?
Well, you have your movement and your action and your bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Does the light affect allies?
I will see. Yeah, it is a symmetrical spell. It is when a creature enters the spell's area.
Okay. So there is a difficult terrain webbing and a
10-foot fuck you circle.
10-foot circle of radiant energy that is ouch.
Is it the white circle?
Out
Yes.
my bones.
Okay. Okay, how's Eon Kath looking and how's the creature looking?
I'm looking kind of rough.
The creature is looking
Noted.
really rough.
Okay.
I'm about like just below half, which is actually kind of a lot because I have 106 max.
And you say since the moonbeam is there, I'm assuming I can't just walk through it or anything, right?
You can,
Or I
you will
can?
take damage.
You will get tagged
okay.
for it.
Alright,
God, I remember moonbeaming, like almost nullifying one of the encounters in Curse of Strahd. Because
if you go that way, you will be in webbing and you will not be able to make it, I would say. You would have to go around the webbing.
would I
But
be
how
able to
did you
reach him
count-
from right here?
You could, yeah, you could go, because you have not that. You have 30 feet of movement, so you could go this way, this way.
15, 10.
Would I be
So
able to, from right
You
here?
can get around. Yes, you can hit it from right here. If you're standing right there, you can hit it, because it is this full space.
Is he in like it's in like a gaseous form right now?
It is in a gaseous form. You can attempt to hit it.
Okay, because I don't know if I'm gonna try to hit it just because it's a gas, and I don't know if that's actually gonna do anything.
That's fair.
So I don't suppose it's a possibility I could try to yoink Yon Cat out of there.
You can try. I also forgot to look. Apparently, it has advantage on all saving throws against spells or other magical effects, so I need to keep that in mind if I ever use something like this again.
Huh.
Okay, so
you can try.
I want to try to get him out of there. I want to try to pull him out of there.
All right. Make a strength check.
I guess
You go-
I shouldn't use my online one. Understood. I'll just continue to
You
use
go
this
to
dice.
pull, and the mist almost grows thicker around Eonkath as you're trying to pull him out of it.
Okay.
So
Is
that was your action.
Lovely, okay.
And you have 5 feet of movement and a bonus action. And also your camera is frozen. And we can't hear you.
Oh, lovely. So you can't hear me?
I can hear you now.
Now I can.
Okay, am I
It's
moving?
always whenever you say we can't hear me, then it kicks it again.
It just is like, oh yeah, gotta turn it on.
Like, oh shit, sorry.
Can you see me moving, right?
Yes,
All
see you
right,
moving
okay.
and hear you again.
Lovely, perfect. Okay. I don't know why it's being stupid. I don't suppose lay on hands would work for this in this instance.
Lay on hands?
Hmm.
That is an action.
True. I did not look at that. Uh, And I already have a concentration right now. Let's see.
Do you have a concentration?
Yes,
'Cause-
divine
Yeah.
favor.
Hmm.
It's divine favor.
Like, do anything, or would you like to just end your turn there?
I was trying to see if I had anything that I could possibly use, but I don't think I do.
Alrighty, if that is the end of your turn, Eonkoth. We can. I'm deciding on whether I want to be merciful and
Yeah.
allow you to use the Constitution success you did before.
20.
So yeah, you succeed.
I was like, fuck it, I'll roll 14 plus 4 plus 2, 20.
So
Actually,
yes,
it should be 21 because hers is greater and therefore overrides mine.
you successfully keep the poison from the gas from entering your lungs. Holding your breath as you felt the pain of the spider bites within this gaseous cloud. What is it you do?
Damnable thing. Rid yourself of this plane, and I will fully drag the moonbeam across myself onto it.
Alrighty,
alright.
it is going to make the con save straight roll, because I'm smart.
Pass my own constitution save, let's go.
It fails.
It fails, it reverts to its initial form.
The gaseous form suddenly dissipates
Big money, 16
as
rating.
as the form, as it turns back, solidifying, and as it comes back together, it's misshapen. The branches more gnarled before and more twisted, as if it couldn't find its shape. And you say you do 16 radiant damage.
Correct.
How do you want to do this?
As the moonbeam gets dragged across, I do have to take this damage myself because it is a creature. Because I am a creature, believe it or not. La Critora. As the moonbeam graces it, it drags over him. His hair lifts up the yeah, it all lifts up, and as it like crosses him and starts dealing damage to him, like tears, stars begin to streak down his face as he mutters, "Rid yourself of this plane, you damnable thing," and it just into dust, into nothing.
The moonbeam drags over, it tries to escape, and without thinking, you grab it by one of its gnarled roots and drag it back in, as you just hear an echoing as its branches turn to a black ash and then wither and float into the moonbeam. as its body is succumbing to the bright light, as it is slowly dissipating and dissolving in the light. Basil,
And ooh,
looking at this gnarled creature, thinking of how the scientist said, "See you again," the abomination you saw before. Instantly, you're brought back into the vision you saw, that no matter how long it goes, you will never forget, because you tried with all your heart to go against it. And you will always hate, and it still haunts you, even minor. The vision of. And typically, your visions are maybe a picture, maybe a short video, essentially. But this vision was more of a placement of your consciousness in a period of time. Watching, standing in the middle of a field, surrounded by people fighting. Spells thrown, swords clash. And as you remember in the vision, stumbling backwards, and as you fall onto your back, you hear a maniacal cackling, and turn to see a man stood atop of a dragon, misshapen, different, altered. And you think back to your dying moments, when you saw your village burning, the kids you tried to protect, the beast that slew you was this malformed dragon. And though in the moment you only heard the screams of the ones you wanted to protect, hearing this again in your mind, you can't help but notice in the background a familiar, maniacal cackle. And as you stare into this evaporating fiend, you swear for a moment that it turns from a yellow, malformed tree to a thin red ribbon floating and evaporating into nothing. And at the moment, you're not sure if the ribbon was there or if it was just part of you recalling the vision that haunts your mind.
Yeah, as this like comes to her vision, she like falls to her knees and just is like, as like a couple like tears like well in her eyes.
Yonkath dispels Moonbeam and immediately rushes over to him. Mrs. Sean, are you okay?
No, I am not okay. I'm not alright.
What ails you?
That man that was here.
Yes.
He's the whole reason I died in my other world.
unfortunate.
I was but recalling a vision that I had seen a long time ago.
What might that vision be if you feel comfortable with it?
Can I get like a bit of a recall on that? Because I can't remember all the details immediately.
You can just say that you give an
What?
You can.
Fuck. You can just say, you can just say that you give an explanation, since Trent was here to listen to
Oh,
me
yeah.
explain it to you.
Yeah.
You can just say that you explain.
Yeah. She explains it. There you go.
Probably. Let's say we track down this miscreant and give him the comeuppance he deserves.
I could not agree more.
And I will offer my hand to help her up.
Yeah, she accepts it, and I would definitely like to do a cure wounds as she touches his hand.
You do also have your lay on hands
Yeah.
that you can
yeah,
just
yeah.
that you can just dump. What is it? 60 HP.
60! Dude, Leonids is so.
I believe you guys were here last time.
Yeah,
so
fill
they
up your
won't
health
know-
real quick. That's
so
what
you
I would
won't
do.
know where they. So the rest won't know what happened. They won't
They'll
see that.
never know. I'll
how
take
much?
40 of that, so I go to 69.
40.
Okay, so you're forcibly
Nice.
given 20 of your things back.
Giga Chad refuses a portion of the lay on hands. If I die like this, so be it.
When you said you did 16 damage, it had 16 health
You said
left.
42? Or
No, he
what?
takes 40. You
40,
you still
okay.
have 20 of your lay on hands health.
Okay. I was just ticking it down, so there we go.
With
We should
the
probably inform Corazon of this whole debacle.
Yeah, Basil doesn't seem all quite there, but she nods in response.
Come, let's go.
And I'll start basically leading her out. Wait, we have
You-
those teleport things, right? To just back. Would be.
I would say you two probably do. Probably supplied by the barracks for any excursions out into the forest. And in that moment of standing and catching your breath, Basil, you think about how in that vision in your life you tried to stop the oncoming war, and no matter how many pieces you played, no matter how many cards you're dealt, no matter how many cards you had dealt out to try and change the outcome, none of your cards and none of your pieces were big enough in the grand scheme of the war. And after a moment, the small white obelisk-shaped crystals crack and shatter, and you find yourselves, your vision, those who can see, going over with white, and then appearing back, opening your eyes, adjusting to the light, and finding yourself standing in front of the fountain.
I believe this direction, and I walk in the complete wrong direction.
No, dear. That's I'm sure you're a little discombobbled after that, but that is not the correct direction, my dear.
My apologies. The teleportation always messes with my senses for a bit.
That is all right. That is all right.
You slowly make your way back to the guild. Walk through a door, the first door, and hear it. Look, I understand, but you are a party of one, and you have a hell of a time fighting 3 goblins at once. I'm not letting you go into the goddamn forest. And you see this drow man go, "Come on, man! I'm just trying to make money so I can make a living. We are offering subsidies of up to 50 gold to supply for food for any adventurer that is unable to go into the forest. But my quest would give me like 300. You get 50!" And the dude immediately shuts up, goes, "Mm-hmm."
What is the most horrendous part about his entire outfit? I need to know this. Bit check. Bit check this motherfucker.
You walk forward. He seems to be a fighter. He doesn't have a shield but has a sword.
Okay.
His armor is mismatched plate. Like the arms aren't the same size, the shoulders are the same size. It's obvious the chest piece did not come with those arms. Like the whole armor is just the essentially hodgepodge plate mail. And you can tell, like, the clothing underneath is definitely also raggedy. He calmly, like, terrified, realizing I was just threatening one of those powerful people. Goes, "I'd like the 50 gold subsidy." He goes, "Right away." Sets it on the table. He grabs it, starts to walk past you.
Will you be putting that towards matching armor?
He like looks. He looks at you, sees the thing covering your eyes, and like Basil, you see him go like about to rebuttal, but then see 1, blind, 2, fancy fucking armor. Though definitely
The
beat
aura.
up. Definitely beat up. Still has an amazing presentation. Gets real flustered. You just hear, and just storms out the door.
Basil just kind of gives him like a little good pat on the shoulder, like, good job, good job.
Borzor just kind of chuckles and goes, "I still don't know how you do that."
It's the sound of the armor, frankly, for a suit of full plate mail. You can, if you listen close enough, you can hear how loose the straps are and the extent of how far they actually go out from the anchor point. And I've been doing my craft for some 400 years. I've learned a thing or two.
Oh, would seem.
Yes.
You both look a little,
Yes, my apologies, Mr. Corzine. We encountered a fiend, a shape-shifting fiend that was brought upon us by a particularly maddened scientist, I believe we'll call. He made a horrid amalgam that stormed out of his little cave before perishing due to his shoddy craftsmanship in the woods.
he thinks for a second. The fiend, I'm assuming, is also different than normal could be assumed.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Full
Yes,
of mismatched creatures.
yes. It turned into a gaseous cloud and a spider but its main form was a wretched tree with tentacles, if I remember correctly.
Yes. And it was a bright yellow. Quite
Thank you for
horrid,
that.
honestly.
Corazorn like sits goes and then chuckles and goes crazy fucking scientist messing with shit he shouldn't. Well, I'm assuming by the fact that you were me, you started with the fiend that this rapscallion managed to slip away.
Yes, despite
Unfortunately.
my best attempts at putting him down as swiftly as possible, he put up a sphere, made snide comments, and then left, despite running with his tail between his legs.
Well, the crazy types, no matter how low they are, always believes themselves on top, but I'll be sure to tell Gorthadak about this crazy son of a bitch, because if there's one thing he hates, it's scientists that, mess with things they're not supposed to. He's, he'll be able to track where this guy might have gone. Especially if he left, I'm assuming, a magical means.
Yes.
It seems so.
Uh, one second. Here. Follow me real quick. Takes you out of the, guild hall. Looks up for a second, thinking, looks forward towards the bar right across the street, and you hear Iankoth and Basil. You see Gorthadak heavily stomp out of the bar, down the steps, across, directly into to facing Corazorn. Goes, where? He goes, ask them. They're the ones who found him. And he looks down. Where was this madman's laboratory?
It's lovely to see you too, dear.
Could you point me directly towards the bar so I can have a good reference point, please?
Directly behind me.
Directly behind. That way.
Yes, obviously in the forest. But where in the forest?
There was a cave about an hour's trek out. Frankly, if you go looking for it, there should be a large-scale amalgam of centaur and skittering horror. A ways away from it, with a path of destruction leading to the mouth of the cave. There is magical lights that you should also be able to hone in on, leading down deeper in.
Wonderful. So, a path of destruction
Correct.
leading away from a cave with an abomination. Honestly, not the most difficult thing I've ever found. Luckily, I'm ahead of my preparations. Kind of like
Hello, E.T. Welcome to the
pops his
stream.
collar. Pops his collar, goes, I'm off. And then floats and shoots towards the forest.
Prompt as always.
I
And
really wish
Corazon
he
just
could have
goes,
stayed longer.
well, he has a, let's just say a history with mad scientists.
We'll have to talk to him more about it later.
That's between the two of them. So, I believe that concludes the duty.
That is correct. Since you were fairly successful and learned information that is helpful, and considering that this mad lunatic seems to have ran away somewhere, we can assume that the balance is going to get more orderly within the forest. For payment, I will be continuing our deal that all materials you use for repairs will not charge you, because you are a costly man.
I know, but my craft is fine. And if you would ever like to, um,
He like fully without thinking about it, you watch even though like his eyes are covered, looks down at the fucking sweatpants and goes,
require my services, I'd be more than happy to.
Look, I was told by somebody very dear for me to stay comfortable and stay to make sure I am comfortable while protected. And he like leans, he like taps on his like knee guards, goes, these do just as well as a full plate pants. So
Form and comfort and
Basil puts like a hand on his shoulder while he's just. I'm sure that does great for you, Corazon. Mm-hmm.
he just goes, all right. Anyway, steps. You hear a loud rip, and he goes, however, I will be needing a new pair of shoes. So
Yes, I was not going to mention those, but yeah, I can make do with that. What size shoe do you wear?
uh
14's got it.
okay. And right, and Basil, your side will make sure that you are kept in. You will be given any materials that you need for foods that you make for the team, not for personal use, but any foods made for team members or for the purposes of feeding will not cost you, as well as you will be gaining an extra 200 gold delivered to your room
Wonderful
for
as
purposes
usual.
that you would see fit for.
Yes, thank you very much.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to lie down in bed.
the first time he takes a step with like the torn shoe, Keth winces a little bit.
Like steps back into the guild hall.
Get a good rest,
And-
dear.
I sleep like a brick house.
Should have your shoes done by the time we next meet.
He goes, don't worry about it. The longest I've ever gone is about 3 weeks without replacing my shoe as soon as it ripped.
The pain.
I will not take that long, Mr. Corazon.
He just says, you don't have to rush, and then goes in, and we will end the session there.
Aw, man. I was actually really hoping I'd be able to do one of like the little like fortune told thing so I can show Trent the picture.
I mean, if you want to do Eonkath's fortune.
I mean, sure.
Me
I suppose,
bobbling the
sure. Why
goddamn
not?
shoe in my room.
All right,
Mm.
roll a. I said I was going to make it a check, but I cannot think of what.
I think
check
it'd be
it is.
funny that if she's doing Eon Cat's fortune, this is like something that they do like every once in a while. She has it as a requirement. She's like,
Yeah.
every once in a while I need to make sure to check your future at least to make sure everything will be all right.
Yes, Mrs. Chen.
You grab his hand, make a religion check, considering you're kind of gaining help through your god,
Hmm.
since your patron is knowledge, is the
Mhm.
knowledgeable.
All right. Nice. Net 20 plus 6. So that's at
Nice.
26. I'm definitely
You
using this
gained-
dice. The most
You
for
gain
her.
a very clear vision of precise work in the forge, fresh armor, fresh fights, and at least what you could assume for the next at least month or two, good health and good fortune.
All right.
And technically, Eon Cath can't see what it is.
Oh yeah.
He cannot see you doing it, but obviously I know you.
Yes, but I'll still describe it. All
We can
right,
also send a
so
picture.
I'm gonna send the picture along with describe it. Hey now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, as like maybe they're sitting down somewhere, but she like holds your hand and like traces the lines of your palm with her eyes closed, and the marking of the closed eye on her chest starts to glow a light yellow and opens up to reveal a glowing yellow sheep eye. As she pulls
Hell
her hand
yes.
away, what's left behind is some kind of light brown colored candy in a clear wrapper.
Did I just get a fucking Werther's original?
Yes, you
Yes,
fucking did.
it's a Basil's original, actually.
It's a Basil's original.
Let's fucking go. Oh, that's rad as hell.
That's so well done.
Yeah, thank you. I worked really hard on this one.
Awesome.
I'm so proud of this one.
Hell yes. Can't wait to make Gorthodex.
Yes.
Can't wait to make Corzone some fucking shoes.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty, now that has ended, what'd you think?
Hell
I'm
yes, that was
feeling
awesome.
pretty good. This is great.
I'm really feeling Elon Kath.
I
Oh yeah.
came up with this idea in 2 days,
That's fair.
and I feel this
up.
was
This is
way
great.
better than what I came up with in 3 weeks.
That's fair.
No, this I definitely felt really confident with. Maybe it was just the fact that there was less people that I could play it around.
You can hone in on
Yeah.
the 2 people that are here.
What'd you think about the mad scientist, Audrey?
It's messed up as hell. For a second, I thought that whenever you said red ribbon, I was just for a second, I legitimately thought that the creature we just killed was a mutated version of one of my children, and I got really scared.
That'd be fun.
I know.
Write
That's
that
why I was
down,
like,
Beer. Write that down.
"Ooh!"
Oh, that's
No,
just
no,
giving me
that-
that's just giving me ideas for later.
Oh no!
that's
Yeah,
why
I
I
will
hold my
say-
card close to my chest.
I clocked that in your face as soon as I said it. That's why I said after you're not sure if the ribbon was real or only in your mind because of the vision coming
Yeah,
back.
because like Trent, one of the children, I specifically have like information about each of my children, and one of the ones is that like it just says Scarlett was always insisted on wearing a red ribbon in her hair. She always said it was so people would remember her name better. I had to buy multiple so she would always have one to wear. And I'm just like, no, no, no!
Do this to me!
Don't you do this! I'm just.
Oh, that'd be great. Having you finally catch up to him to try and kill him, and he just hits you with the "How about a family reunion?"
I want that happens, and it's the always sunny opening of Eon
Oh
Kath
my
fucking kills a man.
You would absolutely obliterate Basil. She would be destroyed. She
It's
would
on
be
site.
destroyed for at least like a week. At least. If not more. My gosh. This was good.
Yes, I will say this session I felt very, very proud of.
It is very good. You should be proud.
Very good,
I
very
liked this
good.
one.
I'm very happy with this. This has been a lot of fun.
I'm
It's turning out
glad-
very well.
I'm glad I get to fucking flex my extended vocabulary with you.
Same here. Same here.
Cause like I love creative writing so fucking much that I have all these words that I never goddamn use. I'm gonna whip out the incorrigible at some point.
That just makes me think about whenever RT Game started getting like mass demonetized on all of his videos.
YouTube.
And so, but he was an English major and he was going to teach English in like Japan or wherever he was. And so he took a whole, like, he basically had an English lesson as a live stream and made YouTube a compliment and an insult, so you would never know. That's why he replaces all the swears with YouTube.
Yup. God bless RT Game, the
Mhm.
chaotic mastermind of so many things.
Oh yes, oh yes.
We love RT. Like, whenever he had his RT seed in Balatro, and he was following it, and then it was like, I didn't even get the Steel Kings. You're doing better than I did.
What the fuck? I remember, I think it was you sent me that, and then I think within the minute I sent you the response of, it wasn't Raffle Light, it was the fucking other guy who used his own YouTube name and got, I think he got like E26 or something like that.
Damn. Oh, by the way, David told me not to tell you, so I'm telling you. Balatro got nominated for Game of
Yes,
the
I've
Year
already
over
voted.
Hell.
Yes, I'm fully aware. Yes, I voted for it in every category that it showed up.
He
Yes,
said-
I have friends that are very, very salty about this.
He said, "Don't let Trent know."
Oh, I already know.
Oh,
I am Gambolino Extreme.
before I forget, I need to make sure to remind you, Trent, make sure to add that that candy that I gave you to your inventory. Because
Right, because the chef.
Yeah, exactly, because I have chef. You'll be able to use a bonus action to eat that to gain temporary hit points.
The Basil's original.
Yes. Basil's
she has a-
original.
And she has a stockpile because she's been around for a while.
My
So I've
bag
given
has
her
at least
stockpile-
100.
Yeah, I've given her a stockpile of 100 Basil's originals. I'm so happy that you immediately clocked it was a fucking Werther's.
I was like, you're like Tux of candy. I was like, it's either gonna be the little strawberry candies or a Werther's.
It's really
Little
funny because
strawberry
we were
candies.
talking with Jerem and talking about how she has old people talking about she gives out candy, and Jerem made the comment that like the old people candy, like Werther's or like the hard ass strawberries.
I love those strawberry candies so
Oh
fucking much.
yeah, absolutely. Those
I
ones are
fuck
so
them
good.
up.
Whenever I got those, like my Halloween candy, I would be like, "Oh my god, yes!"
I never got them in my Halloween candy,
Oh
bro.
really?
Yes.
Rest
Do you
in
know where I did
pieces.
get them?
Where?
My grandma. My grandma continues to be based as hell.
My grandma would give us Bitto honey.
My grandma would do that, or she would just have this a container of Twizzlers. It's fucking awesome. I love my grandma.
The Bitto honey is good. It's just hard as hell.
Alright, I'm gonna go to sleep. Actually, I'm gonna shower and then go to sleep because it is 12:30
This has
in the
been
morning.
so much
Yes.
fun. I'm so
This was a
excited for the
blast.
next one.
I'm glad I was also able to make it that it fit just in the time frame that we had.
In session 1 of PAL-adin Adventures.
I don't have any ideas currently to continue it for like more ideas, but if I come up with something later and you two are willing, then we can do it.
I'm absolutely happy to do any like sweet, like fluffy little bits of like story that's just us doing little adventures that happen in
Shopping
between.
adventure.
By
Shopping
the way,
adventure, helping people,
fucking
all that lovely jazz.
The spider form and mist form are just base on that fucking creature.
Oh, well. Shit.
You wanna know-
The moment it turned into a gas, I'm like, I'm so glad Moonbeam reverts it to its original form.
Because it shape changer form resembles a female drow or a giant spider, or back to its true form. Statistics are the same in each. Magical resistance, advantage on saving throws against spells. It has spider climb. In the innate spell casting, I didn't do its once a day dominate person. Which it just has. I did get
Wild.
I gave it more HP.
Fair.
I mean,
Good.
yeah,
But
that felt pretty like.
Crit smite.
I gotta say,
Yeah.
that fight was pretty good. Like that
it
was
has
like
resistance to
pretty solid.
cold, fire, lightning, and bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical weapons.
Yep, non-magical
Mhm.
claws.
In mist form, while mist form is the Yokaleth is incapacitated and cannot speak. It can't fly. It has a flying speed of 30 feet, can hover, and can pass through any space that isn't airtight. Advantage on strength, dex, and con saves, and is immune to non-magical damage. Now, it technically is an action to change to mist form, but I'm like, it's been fucked with by a scientist. Fuck you.
I mean, fair enough.
Because I was also sitting here like, because it's fucked with the scientist. It's changed. It's a challenge 10, but you're 212 levels.
Yeah.
It base had 136 HP. I gave it 150.
Fair.
Which means in one hit,
You
Audrey
dealt
did
almost
a
third.
a third of its health. That's why Divine Smite is fucking insane.
God bless crit divine smite. You were like, I'll just do a first level, and it took every bone in my body not to go. All of them.
And then I did it for you. I said you could just hit your highest, and I was like, okay.
Hey, where'd you get that piano?
But it is
Oh my
also
God.
immune to the poison condition and immune to poison damage. It also, at will, can cast Detect Thoughts and Web, and knows Abyssal, Elvish, and Undercommon.
Why would it do all that at will? It's so mean.
What
Because
did he ever
fuck
do?
Will. Fuck Will. He knows what he did.
Fuck.
Yes,
Oh,
and
fucking-
the while in mist form,
man.
the Yochlol can enter a creature's space and stop there. Each time that creature starts its turn with the Yochlol in space, the creature must succeed a DC 14 con save or be poisoned until the start of its next turn. While poisoned in this way, the target is incapacitated.
God, that is a
Well, damn.
bastard, though. That is
Yeah.
that is like a bastard effect.
Which is you cannot take actions or reactions. And
Well.
so even if you leave, because that's on the start of your turn, so you take it that turn, you're fucked. And then if it moves over you again, and you fail to save again, fuck your action.
Hey, you want to know something? Something I never realized about incapacitated. You can
What?
still bonus action. So
Yeah.
I could bonus action feat just the racial the fucking misty stuff just
Yeah.
Oh no, you do get your movement still. That's weird. Incapacitated is a lot weirder than I thought it was.
Because I like to imagine it like, especially with this, it's like you're coughing from the poison.
Yeah.
Like you can still move, or like your head is, like you got fucking discombobulated. Your like ears are ringing. You're having a hard time focusing and doing like main stuff.
That's fair.
This has been so fun. It's so fun. I'm so excited for
Hell yeah.
more.
Yes. I'm glad that went well. I literally just started rolling through the monster manual, and I was like, do I make it a Dia so it's like a fucking angel from a god that it is manipulating? Nah, ooh, medium shape changer demon fiend. okay.
not bad.
This looks cool.
Well, this has been fun. Gonna start getting ready for bed, so I'll see you guys later.
Yes.
And wrap up stream.
Good night.
So.
Good luck.
Say
Have
bye to
fun
stream,
in life.
guys.
Bye,
Bye,
stream.
stream.
Yeah. Well. Welcome. Welcome to the end of the stream. Glad you made it. I hope you guys had a good time. If it wasn't obvious, this picture I have on the front here. This is the drawing that I drew for my character for whenever she does prophecies for people. But otherwise, thank you guys all so much for joining me today, joining us for this fun time, this fun adventure. By the way, to respond to you, ET, from earlier, I am doing very good. Thank you so much for saying that earlier. But
Hi.
hi, how's it going?
Good.
Well, I shall see you guys all later. I hope you guys all have a wonderful night. And yeah, thanks for joining us. Have a good night, good afternoon, morning, wherever you are. And I shall see you later. Bye-bye.